Hi, my name's Robbie Samuels, and I'm a virtual event design consultant and executive Zoom producer. And today I'm going to go through the No More Bad Zoom settings checklist. If you don't have the document on the right side of my screen, you can get it at robbiesamuels.com/Zoom settings. On the left side of my screen, I have logged into my zoom.us account and gone to settings. Settings is an option on the left side of your screen when you're logged into your account. It's the fifth one down on the left. Just click on that and then you'll come to this screen. So if you look on the right side of the screen, we're enabling every setting unless it's marked off. I do have the word on next to embed passcode because that's a change from an earlier version of this. So first we'll start with waiting room. We want to have that enabled. If you don't have the waiting room enabled, then people can just stream in. So it's really good to have that enabled so that before the event, you can collect yourself, get your other co-hosts or speakers in. And then my suggestion is to then disable and turn off the waiting room once everyone's settled in, but you can't do that unless you have a meeting passcode. You have to have either a meeting passcode on or a waiting room or both. Or if you don't have a passcode, then you can't disable the waiting room. So that's why I want you to definitely use a passcode with personal meeting rooms or any rooms that you're doing. But to make life easier for your participants, embed the passcode in the invite link for one-click join. And that's a change from the last time I shared this in August before those rules came out with Zoom. So this will make your life a lot easier for participants. Going further down, I suggest that you have your participants have their videos on, assuming that you want to have that interactive experience. And then use PMI when scheduling should be off. That's coming up here. And you can, the reason for this is you really want to use like a different, it's like having different phone numbers. You want to use a different number for any of these other meetings. Just makes everything a little more secure. Mute participants when they join. That way people don't come in and just start randomly having background noise. So you don't want that to happen. And then sound notification when someone joins or leaves. So we're just going to scroll down here a bit. And we're going to see sound notification is here. And that prevents it from being ding, ding, ding. Now, there is a way, if you turn this on, to set it so that only the host and co-host hear it. But honestly, I found even that to be really annoying. If you have set it up so that you can turn off the waiting room and everyone just comes in after that, then you don't even worry about that. Then we have file transfer. I like this feature. I suggest you keep this on. Allows some flexibility of how you want to send material to people. Then we have the co-host option. You have to enable this. It's not already enabled. Same thing with polls. You want to make sure polls there. And then when it comes to screen sharing, for security reasons, I would suggest have it set to host only. You can always give someone permission to share their screen by making them a co-host, and then they too will be able to share their screen. When it comes to annotation, similarly, for safety reasons, I suggest that only the person sharing their screen can annotate, because that will prevent people from drawing all over someone's PowerPoint slides or the website they're sharing. And Whiteboard has this feature where you can auto-save, which is a nice option. Another really cool thing is nonverbal feedback. This is the yes, no, faster, slower. That used to be the bottom of the participant window, and in the newest version of Zoom, it's on the bottom. It's actually the bottom right under the reactions section. Speaking of, here's your other meeting reactions. This is like your thumbs up and your heart, that kind of thing. Now, allow remove to join. I want that off because, again, as a security issue, if someone is acting out of, I don't know, they're not cool and you don't want them to stay in your space, removing them keeps them out and they can't come back in if you've set it up this way, at least during that particular event, which is helpful. I like to be able to have my participants update their name to add their location, things like that. So I want to have that option. And then here's the breakout rooms. Even if you have a free account, you have the option to do breakout rooms, which most people did not realize prior to the pandemic. And then virtual backgrounds, we go further down here. This is where, if you don't have this enabled, that's why one of the reasons you may not be able to do virtual backgrounds. They also require a certain processing speed. And then show join from browser. I'm going to have to scroll a bit down for this. Now, this one I turn off because it's a very different experience when people join via browser versus coming through the Zoom app on their computer. So it's my preference that that option is not available. If you're working with a company that doesn't allow people to access through the Zoom app, then you'd want to turn that back on. Know your constituency. And then lastly, we have allow live streaming of meetings. Honestly, even if you're not quite sure what this means, check all these boxes, and then you can always look online to learn more about how to live stream to one of these services. I hope that was helpful. You can see in the bottom right that I have lots of other ways that I can help you. Every Friday at 5 o'clock Eastern, I offer a No More Bad Zoom virtual happy hour. This is a fun way to connect and engage and learn about Zoom. 50 or 60 people come, mostly entrepreneurial folks, writers, speakers, coaches, good people, very abundant people. So please join us for that. If you want to deep dive into this and get certified as a certified virtual event professional, hashtag No More Bad Zoom, you can check out the 5% Advantage program. It's something I host a few times a year. You can learn more at the5percentadvantage.com. So hopefully I will see you on Friday night. So sign up at nomorebadzoom.com. Thanks, everyone.